Hello, I'm Nurse Tommy, and today I'm going to be helping you with your dimensional analysis. The first step that I like to do whenever I approach a question that requires me to put it in dimensional analysis is do a three-step process. The first step is to look at what the question is asking you. The second one is to list what the actual order is. And the third one is to cross out until you get to your destination. Okay, looking at the first question, it asks, a nurse is preparing to administer morphine 0.2 milligrams per kilogram per dose, IV push every 4 hours for a patient that weighs 185 pounds. Available is morphine 10 milligrams per 1 ml suspension. How many mLs should the nurse administer per dose? We're going to round this to the nearest tenth using a leading zero if it applies and not to use a trailing zero. So using the first step of this, I'm going to list the question destination, which is mLs per dose. Now that I have that, I'm going to list exactly what the order is. The order is for morphine 0.2 milligrams per kilogram per dose. So we begin by putting 0.2 milligrams over kilograms per dose on the bottom. Now I have dose on here, so we need to get from milligrams per kilogram to mLs. So let's start crossing some of the information out. So what do we have available? Available, we have morphine that comes in 10 milligrams per 1 ml suspension. Since I have milligrams on the top already, what I need to do is I need to make sure that I can cross out milligrams. So I'm going to put milligrams on the bottom for what we have available. 10 milligrams per 1 ml suspension. Now I can go back and cross out my milligrams, and I know that I have mLs and per dose. But I'm also left with kilograms. So I need to figure out what information do I have available to me. I know that my patient weighs 185 pounds. I know that for every 1 kilogram, it is 2.2 pounds. And my patient weighs 185 pounds. So crossing out kilograms and crossing out pounds, I'm left with only mLs per dose. Putting this math together, I get 37 over 22. I'm going to take everything that's on the top and multiply it together. So the 0.2 times 1 times 1 times 185. And then I'm going to take everything on the bottom and multiply it together. So I've got 10 times 2.2, which is 22. I'm going to divide 37 by 22 and get 1.68. Since I know I'm only going to be putting this number in the nearest tenth, and I'm going to round up to 1.7 milliliters per dose. And that is my final answer. Copy of this dimensional analysis, weight-based problems. A link can be found in the description. Feel free to send me a message if you'd like to see some more questions like this answered. Have a great day.